Hey guys, as you can see, I'm in my van right now, and basically what I wanted to show you guys is just an update. And I've been really bad at filming while we're working on the van, and so the last update you saw on the van was this kill mat that I installed. Now, not much more has changed, just a little bit. I'm just going to show you guys kind of what's been done so far with the subfloor. So, I'm gonna take you back here. Still echoey. I cannot wait for the echo to go away. But it's a mess back here right now. Let me move this real quick. Ignore all the pink stuff on the floor right now. Basically, as you just saw, I got some of the framing. Ooh, the lighting is so bad. I mean, not bad, but it keeps changing. I've gotten a lot of the framing done on the floor. So, see this? Yeah, we did the entire floor. So I'm going to go to the very back and kind of just show you what it looks like. I had to frame out this top part so it fits with it. And we still have to put in another, piece of wood or two. But we just wanted it as fitted as we could get without having to, do really hard cuts and everything. The wood was so bad at being cut, even because these were originally 2x4s, and that we cut in half because way cheaper than 2x2s, which is what I needed for it to fit perfectly. So we used 2x4s, cut those in half, and then cut even more strips. We used 12-foot long ones, and that was almost perfect. Just had to cut a little bit off the edge, so it would fit. But besides that, they worked really well. They were really warped and bent. So we decided to add in these little supporting bars right here. And then some right here to help keep everything straight, make it more sturdy, frame it out. We have these back pieces over here. The other side is the exact same. And then we still have to make our first cut for the plywood base, and then we're gonna do one 4 feet across somewhere right along here so that we can screw in the OSB board that is going on top. So the way we put down the 2x4s or 2x2s now is we used, there's some hanging out right here. This construction adhesive, you can see a little bit peeking out right there. And then these vertical ones were also screwed in, and we screwed the top piece in along with wood glue and screwed these, and this end piece that we put along the back is where my floor is gonna end on the very back. We wood glued and screwed this as well. So, before we can permanently put down the OSB board plywood subfloor, I need to put this foam board insulation. It is really noisy right now. The insulation is really noisy right now, and so I'm kind of scared that when I walk, even on the OSB board plywood floor, it's going to sound like this. That's me putting barely any pressure down. So, and they're loose right now, and I don't think I'm going to use any adhesive to keep them sturdy on the floor because it's just not needed. They fit in pretty tightly, almost all of them. And so it's not the adhesive isn't going to help. So I don't know, because we were thinking about spray foam, but that's going to be very expensive. But anyway, I have to do this back part, and then I'm waiting on this middle part until we fit the front piece, because like I said, we're doing 2x4 all the way across at that 4-foot mark. So we have something to screw the very edge of the OSB board in. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll show it to you guys once we do that. But yeah, hopefully what I'm explaining makes sense. I'm trying to explain it in like the easiest way possible. I suck at explaining things because it makes sense in my head, but I cannot communicate that into words. So hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. But this is where we're at right now. We're about to start putting on the subfloor. Hey guys, I am back with another update for the van build. So, first of all, not to give too much away of what I've done, the first thing we did was put 2x4s in this area across exactly where the end of the subfloor is going to be. And so we had to glue and screw those in. They're in between the long beams. And then we got this first piece of subfloor in. We had to cut along this edge so it was like perfect. And then we did a lot of cutting around here. And then you can see some peeking out here, but we put some spray foam along the edges underneath just because the piece of wood that we had there didn't fully reach the end of that, and we just wanted a little bit of something in there for support. And I'm putting this in the floor already, so spray foam up there is just a little bit more of resistance to heat. And as you can see, I'm putting this in all the other spaces. It was going to be kind of hard to cut in little pieces right there, so we just did spray foam instead. It was a lot easier. And then we used staples to staple in the actual OSB board subfloor. And then along the vertical beams and then this very front piece, we added wood glue as well, just for a little bit more extra support, to keep it nice and sturdy in there. So yeah, we got the first of three. Yeah, we got the first of three in. Super excited to actually have like a flat surface to walk on in here now. Oh, and I remember in the last clip, I was talking about how this was extremely squeaky and that I was really, really scared it was going to make noise even through the 1.5-inch OSB board. And it does not. It does not make a single sound. I don't hear any noise when I walk on this, so perfect. Very excited about that. We have 2 pieces left. These ones are going to go vertically instead of horizontally. So we'll do one bigger piece and then another smaller piece. That's just what's going to be easiest, and what we decided we're going to do for the other 2 pieces. Instead of like 2 equal pieces, we're just going to have to center it on one of these like vertical beams, kind of like we did for this, just so we have something to staple it in with. So yeah, right now I have my supplies here. And right now I have a ruler, a box cutter, and a Sharpie to measure and cut the rest of this foam board for all of this area, because I want to get this done before we start the subfloor. So unlike with this, I had to cut a few more pieces out before we like put this on. Once I get this all filled in, we'll be able to just go ahead with the 2 other pieces of the subfloor and be able to fly through that and get it done real quick instead of waiting around for me to cut those pieces. I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, but I was using a different box cutter before, and it was terrible. I hated cutting with it. It was so hard to cut. It would like shred all these little pills of the foam board. It's all over the van right now. I just covered up the nightmare and left it in the crevices and stuff for this piece. But we found a different knife cutter that's way better, and it barely does any of like the little extra pieces of the foam board. So, and it's a lot easier to cut, so it should be a lot better. These ones that I did under this piece it was an absolute nightmare. I hated doing it. It took me like 3 hours to do. Actually, that's being dramatic. It only took me like 2 hours to do 8 pieces, but I was not having a great time, and I put off this part just because of that. But now we have a different one, and so I'm gonna put in my earbuds and just jam out and fly through this as fast as I can and try and get it done tonight at least. Hey guys, it is the next day from the last time I was doing the foam insulation. Today I'm going to be doing more of the foam board. I think I'm going to do just the next 4 and then take a break, and then tonight try and do the back ones. But I decided I was going to show you how I like cut the foam board and fit it and all of that. It's pretty straightforward and simple, but I just wanted to show you guys me doing something rather than just telling you about it. So we're gonna do that real quick. I mean, this used to be giant, but now it's almost all gone. But this giant board of insulation, this is the one I got. I don't know if you can tell. It's got the one with like the Pink Panther on it. This is the one I've seen like everyone get, and it's one of the higher quality ones. So I've been using this. So we're gonna do this small one, so it's easy. We're gonna do this one right here. Oh, there we are. This piece right here, this is a small one, so it should go the quickest. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that real quick. Okay, so all the things that I am using for this, I'm using this big long ruler because it makes it easier to make straight cuts while I can see the measurements instead of like using a tape measure or something. So I'm using this. I am using this like box cutter. I was using a different thing and it didn't work as well, and I really like how this works. And then I'm just using a Sharpie to mark everything. I'm drawing straight on the foam board. So yeah, so basically I'm measuring the length and the width and just guesstimating. So like this is like about 22 inches long. If you do it a little shorter, I usually am doing them like a tad bit shorter than the length, and they're still coming out a little large. So just, I don't know, that's what I'm doing, and I'm finding that I'm still getting bigger pieces than I need. So I'm just going a little bit lower when I'm drawing them out. So 22 by 6. It's 22 by 6 exactly, so I'm gonna do a little bit smaller than 22, a little bit less than 6. Okay. So I didn't film it because I couldn't get a good angle, but this lighting is so bad. Can you see? Oh yeah, you can see, kind of. I traced it out, or at least the part you can see, I traced out, and now I'm gonna cut it. Anyway, there we go. I have it measured, and now we're just gonna cut it with this. Usually I have to go over it a couple times each way, and then I kind of just snap it, and it should snap the rest of the way if it doesn't go all the way through. I'm trying to think of a good way for me to show you this. Okay, we're just gonna... Also, I usually just do this on the floor, but we're gonna do it the hard way for you guys, so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I usually start off at just like the surface because this likes to pill up, so if I do just multiple cuts instead of trying to do one deep one, it usually works a little bit better and doesn't get pink stuff everywhere. Ow. My abs hurt so much doing this on my lap. Okay, and I've probably gotten it deep enough on that side. I'm gonna do the rest off camera, and then I'll show you like me breaking it off. Okay, so I've cut each one a few times, so now I'm gonna try and break it off. Sometimes this doesn't work. And this time it did. So now, if you can see, you probably can't even see, I'm gonna try and fit this. Okay, so already it's a little wide and like way too long. Can I like not measure or something? Usually it just barely fits one way, or it barely fits both ways. I did this about like 4 inches too long. Oh, did I go to that one? No. I don't know what's going on. I look stupid now. I promise the rest of them have been pretty straight on. I tried to do less every time. I tell you guys. I just told you guys in the last clip. I always try to do a little bit less. Just not by much, but just a little bit less. Just because it always comes out. Just because it always comes out bigger than I need it to be somehow, even though I'm doing less than the measurements I need. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep cutting this down and I'll show you when it finally fits. Okay, so I just cut this down and put it in. And this one is honestly like super loose. I don't know if you can see that with the lighting, but it is super loose in there. But I don't want to waste this piece, so I might shove like down one of the sides another like little strip of the scraps I have over here. Well, I forced it in. You can see part of it at least. And it's in there really tight up and down. I have amazing news. Guys, look at this. I have finished the floor. Like, look. I'm so excited. So now all we have to do is cut the two pieces. We got bad lighting, but 2 of 3 done, and we're taking a break and gonna do the last one after lunch. I filmed a little clip of it yesterday. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday of us finishing the subfloor, but I wanted to show you real quick again from the inside. So, subfloor is officially done. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.